Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Just to give you an update, today I was given a role in a Toastmasters meeting to serve as the inspirer. Okay, so inspirer is someone who is to inspire the members or participating members in the meeting. So you're supposed to say some stories or some ideas or something that can inspire the entire public attending that meeting at that particular time. So I was given the role to inspire everyone, and I spoke about a topic. That topic is simply because it doesn't affect you now doesn't mean that it's not going to affect you later in life. So it's a very simple topic. Simply because it doesn't affect you now doesn't mean it's not going to affect you tomorrow or later in life. So you can understand it. So I started by narrating or relating the whole idea to what's happening in the Ukraine. But before I go deep into the main inspiration, I told them I connect the inspiration message with a very short story I read a long time ago. You see, that story has to happen in the animal kingdom. It's a very funny story. You see, the lion was inside a cage. A lion was inside a cage, and one of the sheep, the sheep is walking and he found a lion inside a cage crying. The lion was crying. So the sheep now moved closer and said to the lion, "What's happening to you? Why are you crying?" He said, "Father, my friend, help me. I found myself inside this cage. Please unlock me." The sheep, on the other hand, said, "No, I'm not going to unlock you, because if I unlock you, you are going to eat me." Then the lion said, "No, I'm not going to eat you." He said, "No, you are going to eat me. I know." The sheep said, "No." The lion said, "No, I'm not going to eat you. I promise you that I'm not going to eat you." They kept dragging forward and backward until at some point the lion managed to convince the sheep to unlock the cage. And at this point, the sheep unlocked the cage. And when the lion gets out, he quickly grabbed the sheep, trying to eat the sheep. Now the sheep tried to remember him. "Oh, my friend, you said you are not going to eat me, and now you are breaking your promise. You promised me." Then the lion said, "No, my friend, I am very hungry now, and I need something to eat, and there's no way I have to eat you." He said, "Please, you promised me." You see, they are dragging back and forward when the other animals come into the scene. So on coming, the animals came to intervene. "What's going on here?" And the sheep narrated the story that I met this guy inside this cage, he was crying, and I tried to help him out. But then he promised me that he's not going to eat me. And now he is trying to eat me. Now the rest of the animals in the kingdom, they now looked at the scenario and said, "Yeah, the lion is right. He has to eat you. There's nothing we can do." So they're about to go. Only the tortoise said, "No, I didn't understand the whole story. Can you narrate it again? Because I didn't picture it." "You mean you, the lion? He met you here and he saved you. When the sheep came, where were you? Were you inside the cage or outside?" Then the lion said, "I was inside the cage when he came." Then the tortoise now said, "Okay, enter the cage. Let's see how hard the sheep tried to release you." Then the lion entered inside the cage, and the tortoise locked the cage. So the rest of the animals were surprised. "So why would you lock him inside the cage?" And he said, "The fact that he is hungry now and he is eating this sheep. You see, it doesn't concern us. We have nothing to do with it, right?" So yes, but this lion is going to feel hungry sooner or later, either later in the day or tomorrow. And he's going to hunt one of us. It doesn't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be me. It could be you. It could be you. It could be you. So just because it doesn't concern you now that doesn't mean you should ignore it. I kind of put it back to them. Over to you. Whatever you are doing, wherever you see something wrong, just because it doesn't concern you at that moment doesn't mean you should keep quiet. You should ignore it, right? So that was how the tortoise brought in the wisdom to save the sheep and the rest of them, because he foresaw what is going to happen much later. So I try to relate this and try to relate it with what's happening in Ukraine and the difficulty the whole world is going into. You see, the whole idea is a ripple effect. So don't look at it from one angle. Try to understand both sides and try to reason out and always do the right thing. Okay? So it's a ripple effect happening on the rest of the world. So we must not ignore it. We must act in the right sense. Okay? I'm not telling you to take sides, but I'm telling you to look closely at it. Let's try to solve the problem holistically. And remember, the fact that something is right, it is right, even if no one is doing it. And the fact that something is wrong, it will still be wrong, even if everyone is doing it. So that was my motivation to the crowd, and they were so happy because they could resonate with the idea, and they felt so happy, so inspired for that meeting, and it went all smoothly. So ladies and gentlemen, I just thought of sharing my inspiration message to my meeting members with you. If you like this, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to always hit the subscribe and notification buttons to stay connected to this channel for more of these physical and relatable stories, okay, or inspiration messages. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.